Guys, and welcome to the recap for Scream Season 2, Episode 5. The episode starts off with, of course, everyone's at the school. The school is the main headquarters. Oh yeah, the episode is entitled Dawn of the Dead. Can you believe that? And, you know, everyone's still reaming off of the fact that the Jake died. That he was killed. Not only was he killed, which we already knew, but his body was finally shown. So now they're trying to think to themselves, who did it? So Officer Miguel, or Sheriff Miguel, is interrogating, interviewing everyone to see, what their alibi is. And so first he talks to, of all people, he talks to Noah. Noah, and we know Noah didn't have the best relationship with the Jake. Actually, he really didn't like the Jake up until the very end once they started to be hunted down last season. It was just like, you know what? This is survival of the fittest, and the Jake is the fittest, so I'm gonna go and latch on to him type of thing. But yeah, so Noah originally was just like, yeah, I'm fine. And remember, that's why he said it was fine, because he really didn't like the Jake all that much. But just as far as all of them being emotionally scarred, yeah, definitely taken into effect. And Noah's trying to tell Officer Miguel that you know what's going on. The fact is that it's back. Piper must have had an accomplice to go and finish the job. And that's what's currently going on. Now, we have poor little Emma. She comes into this room. And remember, everyone blames Emma because she's a survivor. So they're trying to, of course, blame the victim shaming. And they're teens as well. They're high schoolers, so their mentality's like, this chick has the audacity to have all these people die around her as if it's just her fault. And we know that's not the case. But, so everyone except for her friends, including Zoe, is just like, hey, what's going on? So Kieran tries to go and to be all huggy, kissy, affectionate with her. Then we have Audrey, who is with Brooke right now. And Brooke, of course, has to take a shower because the Jake borderline fell on top of her. And that was disgusting. So Brooke is just over it. She's just like, this can't be possible because she was just talking to him a couple of days ago, or just last night actually. And so she shows Audrey her phone. Oh, yeah, remember to please like, comment, subscribe. She shows Audrey her phone, and she was just like, this is the fact that he was saying that I would see him tomorrow, and then for him to go and be killed like that, it's just so eerie. And Audrey goes, and of course, because Audrey knew that the Jake has been dead for a couple of days now, she's wondering what in the hell is really going on. Look, I don't care what anyone says. Do you think it's possible that we could be hunted again? And it's just like, Brooke is like, oh Lord Jesus, not again. And they took Brooke's clothing, so the only clothes that were left were of this cheerleader outfit. And I was thinking, wow, at least they were clean. At least they were clean. Now, again, we're back in this, like, the worst study hall ever. And Noah comes out of his interrogation, and he tries to go and talk to Zoe, but Zoe isn't paying him any mind. So he goes over to Eli and Kieran, and the thing is, Eli, I don't know. Eli could be an accomplice to all of this, but because he seems a little too over-infatuated with Kieran, with Emma, and also he seems very interested in the Lakeland 6. Well, Lakeland 5, as we now know it. So I'm like, I have to keep my eye out on him. But while Emma is back at the bookcase, she sees his phone. She hears his phone. It's like, what's going on? Here's her phone. And then here is this other phone. Of course, it was the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, Galaxy S7 Edge. That's what I actually have, and I use it to record my videos, just if you guys are ever wondering. But it's the Jakes, the property of the Jake. And that's why I call him the Jake, because that's what he called himself. So that's what we're going to call him. Because clearly, even though he is officially dead, they won't let him die on this damn show. So Emma's trying to figure out what is her game plan. She calls in Kieran. And remember, we just had Audrey in the last scene go and type a text saying, "You're such a jerk." So it's like, oh crap. What are we going to do? Now, Audrey comes back and we see, what's her name? Harper? Heather? Yeah, you know, the girl who originally tried to play a practical joke on Audrey. Yeah, I don't know what her issue is. Well, we know what her issue is. But, again, Audrey is thinking to herself, crap, I could get in a lot of trouble if this phone gets into the wrong hands. So her thought process is, you know, I'm not going to go and, Emma, the police, you know, people die around you, people die around us, and the police didn't do a good job last time, so the police aren't going to do a good job this time. We need to keep our eye out for Professor Lang, because I don't trust her. There is something really sketchy about Professor Lang. There's really something sketchy about Professor Lang. And so we have, of course, Brooke's father come in, and Brooke's father is just like, "Oh, my poor baby." Now, of course, he didn't like the Jake, so he doesn't feel bad about that. And again, Noah. And Noah has this kind of weird infatuation with Zoe, but Zoe knows that Noah loves Audrey, so she doesn't want to go and be caught in between them. But Noah just needs someone right now. He just needs someone to go and talk to clear his head, because he's a talker. That's how he rationalizes and works through all of this madness. And Zoe is more like, you know, I'm going to read this book. I'm going to ignore the fact that just last night you made out with Audrey and you actually love her and you only like me. And the fact that also one of your friends just got killed, or one of your associates just got killed. And they're just like, wait, hold on. I'm actually a nice person. Come on, tell me all your problems. I'm like, what is Audrey? We can't trust Audrey either. We can't trust Audrey either. I mean, well, of course we can't trust Audrey, but we can't trust Zoe either. There's definitely something sketchy about her. And again, I know she's infatuated, but it just seems like there's more than that. And he, what's his name? Noah just talks about how he thinks it's really weird how, of course, he got interrogated. He was the first one to get interrogated. But aside from that, now we have to worry about the killer's possibly back. No, he is actually back. And now he's truly going after us one by one. Now, we have Eli come into the fray. And Eli is on this whole thing of, Eli's trying to do whatever he can to make himself look good compared to Kieran, because he really is infatuated with Emma. And so, Kieran has something in his locker. He has something in his locker, but we don't know what it is, because he won't tell anyone. He's just like, I need to go now. So what the plan is for Audrey to go and pretend like she's sick, and Zoe to go and help her out, and that will give Kieran and Noah enough time to go to his locker and back. Now, the problem is, now Noah of course wanted to go because he knows this is a stalker type of film situation, so there is no way that he's going to possibly let Kieran just go off on his own. Kieran gets caught, and what does Kieran get caught with? A gun. He has a gun. And now Noah is screwed, because now he has to go and try to figure out how he can get back into the world's worst study hall without being caught. And also, he has no idea what's going to happen to Kieran, because it's looking really sketchy right now. Really sketchy. So Kieran's talking with Miguel. And Kieran, of course, divulges the fact that his father was a cop or something like that. And of course, Miguel already knew that. But that's why Kieran has the gun, for his protection. And he was just like, well, you know, Miguel's trying to play good cop. Kieran's not dumb. Kieran, he's a lot of things. Dumb isn't one of them. So he knows that Miguel wants something from him. It's just like, are you going to be straightforward with me? Or are you just going to play games? And so he's like, okay, so here's the deal. I could actually go and have you written up for this, or you could work with me. And so Kieran really has no choice. So yes, well, you always have a choice. But Kieran decides to go the other route, and he decides to go and snitch. Yeah, and so Eli, since Kieran is all far and away, he gets to go and rescue little Emma. His plan is to tell Emma, you need to ditch the phone. You need to get rid of that crap right now. You need to get rid of it. You need to do whatever you can to make sure that you remove it. Now, Noah, as soon as he leaves, because Noah's still out and roaming the hallways trying to hide, he calls Emma and like, what's going on? Well, Kieran just got pinched, and it's like, yeah, he's with the, what do you call it? He's with the fuzz. And while he's with the fuzz, he doesn't look too happy, and they don't look too happy either. So I don't know what's currently going on. It's just like, yeah, it's a mess right now. But yeah, so I have his phone. What phone? Well, you know, the Jake's phone. Like, Lord Jesus. So she hangs up, and now the plan is for her again to go and ditch it. He's just like, Eli wants her to give him the phone. I'm like, Eli, I understand you're trying to be Captain Sava, but let's be real now. You still can't be trusted. And just as Emma goes to get her bag so that she can go and give Eli the phone, that's when the cops come for her so that she can go and give out an official statement. And again, everyone is treating Emma like public enemy number one. And Audrey is kind of freaking out because she's like, yeah, so Emma just got pinched and Kieran just came back, and things look very sketchy right now. Look very, very sketchy. They have the phone. The phone, yes, the phone. And that's bad for Audrey because now slowly things will start to get pieced together with that data trail thanks to the phone. And of course, Emma's pissed because Kieran decided to go and rat her out regarding the phone. You know, no secrets. Just trying to protect you. You can't protect me, bro. You can't protect me. It's not gonna happen. So Miguel's talking to the black cop, and he's just trying to convey the fact that, you know, right now I'm trying to do good cop, bad cop. The whole point is the lockdown really is to establish motive and alibis. The longer I keep them there, the less time it'll take for them to crack. And once they crack, then they'll come right to me because they'll need me. They'll need my assistance. Quinn goes and talks to Miguel, and Quinn's just like, you know what? What are you trying to do? Miguel wants to go and question Brooke because he's like, she's a suspect. He's not saying that, but that's what he's thinking. She's a suspect. I had to go and make sure that I get all the information I can out of her. Now, Quinn was just like, you're not going to do that unless I'm right there with her. You really shouldn't have said that. Now, Lord Jesus, we have, what's his name? Kieran. Kieran go and talk to Emma about, of course, him snitching and giving up the phone. And Emma's over. She's just like, how can I trust you? How can you tell me to trust you when you're going to do things like this? And then you have, what's your name? Harper? Hallie? You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, so she goes, and this whole time she's been in a pissy mood. And she decides to go and try to rank on Emma, and Emma is over it. Emma's like, I've had enough of you and people just like you. You know what I really think of you? Boom! Slaps her in the face, and no one expected that. Everyone was just like, ooh. Now again, the only reason why I got a little nervous is because I was thinking, maybe Emma is starting to unravel. You know, Emma's been seeing things this whole second season. Now, we don't know if she really saw it or if it wasn't there. We're thinking for the most part she has been hallucinating, maybe half hallucinations, half real life, and it's getting bad. So she goes and has a fight with Harper, Haley, whatever the chick's name is, and they get dragged out onto the floor. And again, Emma is not the fighting type, so Emma's just like, oh! I'm like, Emma, come on. Emma, come on. So Miss Lang goes, she takes Emma out. Brooke gets interrogated. She tells Sheriff Miguel how she had sex with the Jake at school on Sunday at the pool. So I guess it's now Friday. Oh, because they're like, for 5 days she's been missing, so the whole school week. And this is all while Brooke's father is still there. But she was just like, oh, okay. And of course, She was just like, we had an argument because of my dad, because of the fact that he had some weird feelings toward my dad. So of course I chose my dad over him. I mean, really, what could you do in that situation? The Jake or your father? I feel like you're kind of losing out on both. On both ends. But we have Miss Lang talk to Emma, and Miss Lang's just like, Emma, your nerves are shot because that's adrenaline. You have your post-traumatic stress disorder is slowly coming back, and so that you don't freak out, so that you don't bug out, I'm gonna go and have you lay down. You're gonna stay in here so that you can relax. That's all well and good until Miss Lang decides to go and lock Emma in. Emma didn't realize it at the time, but boy, when she does, now now we have Audrey, who really wants to go and confront, what's his name, Stavo, and Noah's just like, what are you doing? What's the problem? And while Audrey's walking around, she realizes the emergency door, the alarm isn't on, and so Noah can go and sneak back in through that way. And this is where we see Maggie, Emma's mom. She's just done doing her investigation for on Jake's body. Now, she goes and she consoles Brooke, and this is where things go south. She tells Brooke that, you know, he's been dead for at least 2 to 3 days. That is a major conflict because this reaffirms the fact that Audrey told her, hey, maybe Jake was already dead. Now she knows it is. Officer Miguel wasn't feeling the fact that she seemed, that Emma's mom seemed too motherly towards Brooke and that she broke code. But Emma is completely bugging out because, again, she's locked in, she's hearing noises, she's convinced the killer is right outside. But Emma's like, you are not doing this to me again. I'm not going to go and let you go and ruin my life. I'm going to go and take charge. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So she goes, she takes the chair and she breaks the window. She breaks the window, and of course she cuts her arm in the process. Now, Miguel is talking to Maggie, and Miguel's like, I have to pull you off of this case because you, Brooke is also being investigated. Everyone's a suspect. You just gave her vital information, so you can't be trusted. I know you. You are a good person. You are a good woman. You are a good mother. And so I know that that's going to be a major conflict with you working on the case like this. So I'm sorry, but I'm just going to have to let you go. But did anyone else notice when when Sheriff Miguel went and used the Jake's hand to thumb to open his smartphone? Because of course his parents are away and he needs access to the phone as soon as possible. That was really smart, but I was also like, damn, that's kind of messed up. You're a little crookedy for that. Is that how it really goes? Without any type of consent? I know he's dead, but still. Anyway, Noah comes back in, and Audrey's like, you know what? Screw this. He can't be trusted. He can't be trusted. The killer is back. We know the killer is back. You know, he's been calling me. I was like, wait, he's been calling you? No, she thinks Stavo is messing with her. So, like, I've been calls from the killer, the guy. It's like, calls? I thought were texts. Yeah, you know what I mean, texts. And it's like, no, you said calls. And she was just like, well, you know, he's been killing a couple of people. A couple of people? What do you mean a couple of people? Noah is not dumb. He's a conspiracy theorist god. So he knows something is off. But Audrey is at her breaking point. Audrey is like, Stavo is consistently going and drawing bloody images of us, of Lakeland 6. So she goes and she shows it to everyone. Why did she go and do that? Because she is Looney Tunes. She is an idiot. She goes and does that, and then people start to beat them up because they're like, wait, is this you? Is this your fault? Now, remember, these are enraged teens, so they don't care what's going on. As long as you don't have a gun or a knife, they're not going to be scared of you. You could have killed 1 million people, and they'll go and beat your ass. That's just how it works. So they go and they try to beat up Stavo, and they actually succeed. Thankfully, Kieran tried to stop him. You know, part of the Lakeland 6 tried to stop him, but it didn't work out so well. Audrey immediately felt bad because she realized, you know what, I think I done messed up. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Emma was also interrogated by by Sheriff Miguel, and she was just like, you know what, I'm convinced that he's back. I'm convinced. I'm PTSD that, and of course she had her teacher there. It was like, oh, I understand what you're going through because you must be feeling a certain way. You went and you seek treatment, seek help, but then you need even more because you had a psychotic break and all this. And it was like, look, we get it. Emma is a little off. We know that for a fact. But don't victim shame her. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, after all said and done, she's finally let go. They bandaged her up because, like I said, after the policeman came and stopped the kids from being up Stavo, then they also saw Emma. She was all bloody. So I realizes she needs a break from Kieran and from their relationship because Kieran is being dishonest. He's saying he's trying to protect her, trying to protect them, but at the end of the day, he isn't doing jack. Now, poor Stavo, he goes back and he needs to get his things, collect his things because he's officially leaving, at least for the day. And you see Zoe feel bad. You see Noah feel bad. You see Audrey looking like she just wants to crawl into a hole and die. And I mean, Stavo looked bad. He looked messed up. And they even broke his iPad and everything. She was just like, I'll pay for it, for the repairs or for a new one. And Noah, knowing that something is really off with Audrey, she's been acting very weird. He goes and he takes her iPhone and he hides it. Oh, and yeah, he hides it and he leaves. And so Stavo is just like, you know what, screw you, because something bad will happen to you sooner than later. That's why I'm like, Stavo isn't completely innocent. Even if he isn't personally doing anything, his mind is demented, and even his father knows, so we have to watch out for him. Poor little Brooke. Brooke goes back into the pool, she goes under the water, and she starts screaming because she just needs a moment to herself to just finally break. And Noah, after like 15 times, well, we'll say like 13 times of trying to break into Audrey's iPhone, he finally gets the code. I'm like, wait a minute, how many times does the iPhone give you before it locks you out or permanently deletes all of your information? Well, clearly he didn't hit that limit because he got in, he looked in, he scrolled, and he looked through all her messages. It was just like, holy crap, she's been contacted by the killer. Not only that, she knew that Jake died because she was there. So now, now we're getting somewhere. We're not really getting somewhere because we still don't know who the killers are, but at least with Audrey and her part in it, it's going to come to light. So please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week. I review a multitude of videos, shows. So I'm sure there's something that you'd be interested in.